I'm afraid there are a lot of misconceptions about what happens when we experience the presence of God. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of sort of faddish pursuit in America of outlandish kinds of behavior and conduct that simply cloud the whole issue of experiencing God's presence. Sometimes it's happened for me out hiking where I know one particular pass in White Pass in the mountains, in the Cascade Mountains of the state of Washington, where you round a corner and suddenly, unexpected, you've been driving for 45 minutes and not seen any mountains, and suddenly Mount Rainier appears seemingly out of nowhere and fills the windshield of your car, and you're so overcome by the spectacular wonder of God that you find that worship is the only appropriate response at that moment. So I find that God will reveal himself, and his presence will come to me in unexpected ways, but sometimes in the simplest of ways. Sometimes early in the morning, sitting in my study, reading Scripture, not necessarily expecting any dramatic encounter with God, but a passage of Scripture will suddenly impact me, and I'll find myself not necessarily brought to tears, but suddenly overcome by the sense of God's presence and the awareness that this Scripture is not just written ink on black ink on a page, but it is actually the heart and voice of God speaking to me personally. That's so humbling. And I would say a general, universal response to the presence of God is a sense of deep awareness of our own inadequacies and how hopeless we would be without the Lord, and a sense of humility before him. Not grandstanding, not wanting to be seen in some certain kind of behavior, but a sense of humility and a deep awareness of God's love for us.